Just in time, big surprise. What's up, guys? I'm only gonna do this once, so listen up. I hope it's not something you would despise. Once again, I'm expecting that someone's gonna pretend to be offended by the end, but instead, hey, maybe you just might see discreetly the type of what I write in this deeply. Psychologically, I repeat the same neat and tidy variety show to sow my anxiety. This sort of piety. You want to see my ID? Well, which one do you need? FSB, FBI, or GSG-9? Ich bin ein das Kinder versus Gestapo Diablo Don Capo Godverdammt Nosferatu. Yeah, I got you. Italia Mafia. You see that sight in this medieval Gothic Catholic cathedral, boasting the truth and that I sat and preaching Luther in Latin. Yeah, boy, I know there is some proof in the pattern. Manipular centurion maniple. Watch me tear down the trees all around you in the poles just to make me a catapult. A battle boat ballista never missed ya on a saddle horse to turn 'em into chattel, folks. Wise men know it's some whizzing guys, just cut 'em down to size on the fly. Decimal, a decimation and demise. Might even call it a desecration, no, I would not be surprised. I gotta be aware of another attack. This time it's just on the track of a record in black. Tactically intact and unimpactable, we're practically identical in our ties, you know? Yeah, Sentinel, Benon, and Ferris are hell. Dare me onto a carousel of a perilous precarious? What, just to embarrass us before someone can say farewell? Now let's try to cast a spell before their eyes, even if it's just to fuck with all their heads before everyone dies. Sorry, I can never see these signs, so I'll just try to keep it all neatly between the lines. At least it still rhymes. Yeah, let's just hope it can chime. I should probably apologize for having to wear a disguise. It's a bargain on nickel and dimed, hard as it is on their eyes. I think you get the big surprise. At this point, it's like I'm barging into the largest, lethargically better known Rosetta Stone, a tenable remembrance of the same contentious, not to mention pretentious set of archives. Start to read between the lines and you'll surmise it compiled over mind that size it was styled, bittersweet or terribly mild. It was still filed away under a seance of stone and skull and bone. You probably even already know that it's a tome of Roman encryption. Every description a daemonical Latin, speaking backwards in practice, like influenza, influence of possession. And yes, I am an exorcist in this session. I'm sure we both got some depression or whatever. I could still learn a few lessons. Best I stop preaching like I'm reaching outside of a dome. Quickly I could mess up and miss next set of stepping stones. It's messy, don't trip and just get me a grip on a clona. Some kind of Kaguya doppelganger on the other side. A mirror wherever you hang it, you can steer it in the frame, but it's not a game. This is a real steel, place meal kind of game. Regrown in the ashes of whatever's in the back of your mind. Same with mine. I think I trashed it just so I could leave the past behind. Yeah, walking blind or what? Now I passed with that catastrophe. I gotta see what's inside of this librarian's scary as books that a wooden track hallway stacked tall with a zoo fall and all kind of problems. I'll return all the books that I borrow, I promise. I can almost feel it in my bones, almost like I'm finally home. As far as looking back from where we came and where we're going, here we go. This is the exact same creepy Dracula's castle that we each trashed and harassed our way out of 1,000 years ago. No bullshit. Yeah, we just went a different road after a crash down around us. You go north, I'll go south. Now there's nowhere left to go. Oh man, the real joke, we used to build all of your roads. Yeah, I know exactly where you're going, buddy, even if you don't. Laugh it up. Oh, I know you're thinking it. I could tell you what to do when I'm thinking it. No, I could just build the road for you as a gesture, a gift, and say, here, I made you something. Yeah, now they're doing what I want and telling them where to go. Yeah, so, something like that. I don't even know. So unless you know or have the sense of what I post, maybe you can kindly get the fuck out of my zone. Remind me to find you any kind of a rope, cause you know I'm prone to have thrown a cloud of clout around in this roundabout. Already I told you that I at least try to boldly go and shout it out, right out of this pagan brand of a dragon's razor fang riddled hellraiser of a mouth. It always starts to get a little colder as soon as the embers are over their smoldering. Cold shoulder contortion, it bends around your soul right out of proportion. You can attempt to control it, or at least you can fold it up into a page again and just grab me a pen. I'll make sure I can at least do this one little favor for a friend. Yeah, it looks like I'm at it again. Let's just pretend that no one in particular is flattered or embarrassed at the fact that I'm chitter-chattering so casually that I can manage. No matter what the brand. Hey, I can tell it's not pretend. You're not just some catty kind of bad bratty. No, motherfucker, I know better. Instead of getting ahead of the rhetoric, I can't even remember what I said of it. It's almost more like I got caught on a snare with a badger on this autopad. Even this extortion raccoon is hoping I might hear back from her soon. Oh god, I gotta keep track of the moon exactly. In fact, it's impacted me too. White and black is now a rhythm on this track, a modern choir schism. Stack it up higher into the sky till the entire thing is catching fire. Does it ever really feel existential when you listen, potentially like a mental wire prison? I gotta read up on Allah the Wizen, call him a prophet despite the Vitch's night vision. Yeah, between a gothic superstition, the Vostra and Daimare, possibly impossible to archetype. This is the proper stripe of the cross on the cloth of a knight. Between this and whatever, there might be in sight. That's right, some kind of Hunnic romantic Viking tribal style to our liking. You can try to hide it inside of your spider webs. Don't even weave a thread any tighter than that, or you'll probably just end up dead. Yeah, you should probably forget most of what I said. I do like it, but despite all this, I must insist it's really just cause you're nice. I know I saw it, yeah, call it whatever you want. Assign it, it's priceless. Did you know your name is already embedded in a big hall of fame somewhere in the, all the same, somewhere in this library is your diarrhea, probably pretty fucking scary. Maybe sometimes bitter and lame, come on. A quitter would pertain to regain any single thing. Petty is steady, it's probably not even ready. I know I'm probably not even ready. Sorry if I took it too far. I know this feels like a lot, I doubt it, but I still think about what amount would be. You know, what better pattering is less flattering, or I don't even know exactly. I probably already sound like a fucking nutcase. No matter what, I'm sure this prattling piece of manuscript is terribly embarrassing, so cherish tripping over it carelessly. Don't mind if you stare at me, just don't let it tear at the themes and become a regret of a better you. Yeah, that'll turn into some fucking heresy. Just for some clarity, I don't expect anyone to admire any part of my style. This iron cross is fitting where I tossed what I never lost. It's a little piece of faith in the face of a gracefully tasteful sort of boss. It replaces the cost with this debasing a frost casing. Either lost or chasing, keeping pace, and we can win the whole human race. That would mean we would die before them, not the other way around. Yeah, these motherfucking clowns are just waiting to hear that sound. Oh, I know how this is gonna sound, but I can't help tracing the top of the casing on the face that fasten those dorky fucking nerd glasses. How the fuck am I supposed to spell it out for you four eyes? You better never throw those out. I mean, stop trying to stumble around staring at the ground. Now that practically makes you look like a clown. Just practice pretending that they're not around, and I won't make a sound about it, but it is profound. Either way, I still prefer the masket shelf is faster, even more than any amount of the strapping around your assets. Yeah, I'd like to help you out with those fasteners, but that would be a fucking disaster. Damn, I know you're laughing. No, you know, yeah, you know the pattern. All you gotta do is ask, punk. Let me know if I can ever help next time you get stuck adjusting all your belts. Yeah, I'll probably be forgetting what amount of netting is needed to freely pack up all this junk into the trunk. Laugh it up. You said it more than once. Oh god, no, not really. Maybe not in so many words. I already made it sound a lot more absurd. I can still make sure it's all neatly packed away for you, but only if you concur, in any way that we can both be sure. Otherwise, I don't want to hear another fucking word about it. Blurt it out, we're laughing about it any way you fucking count it. I shouldn't waste more of your time. This is all I could find for now in the sands of time in this area, from here to the precarious end of that fucking nefarious end of the wing. I don't even know. I'm running out of words all the way to the end of the scroll. Sorry, I couldn't be more prepared for all this insanity, all the motherfucking humanity. Let's leave this primarily in the binary heart of a precarious library known as the nefarious Alexandria, in tandem with free to examine granite tablets that I stand in. You thought Alice was mad? Oh god damn it, these pages in the real tablets might have burned. You might even be a little concerned. Hey, I know we both learned more than anyone could expect to avoid rejecting in turn. Trust me, I can handle that kind of burn. This would probably be a hell of a lot easier if I wasn't such a fucking creepy weirdo. Yeah, like Nero or something, but seriously, I know you'd laugh at that too. Fear is very real, but it's still better than pretending to be a doll or a hero. Call it an extension when you call it into another dimension. I don't even know, you can find it on the same mural, the same mad rabbit hole you saw me crawling into, more like falling into. What the fuck did I get into? Yeah, if we're both a little nutty, then it's just kind of funny. Either way you cut it, I expect nothing. Just do whatever the fuck you can conjure up with all your stuff, and even if it's just pushing a button.